Hello, everyone. Welcome to the English Podcast channel. I am Lily, and I am so happy to be here with you today.
Hello, everyone, and hello to you, Lily. I am Jack. I am also very excited for today. We have a very useful topic to talk about.
Yes, we do. Today, we are going to the bank. Well, not literally. We are going to talk about English words and phrases for banking.
That is right. Going to the bank can make people feel nervous. Even native speakers can feel nervous at the bank. There are so many numbers and forms.
Exactly. But do not worry. We are here to make it simple. We will talk about opening an account, using an ATM, and other important things.
So, Lily, let's start with the most basic thing. What is the first thing you do at a bank?
When you move to a new country or get a new job, you need a safe place to keep your money.
Right. You need to go to the bank and say, I would like to open a bank account. It is a very polite and common sentence.
Yes, I would like to open a bank account. And usually the bank clerk will ask you a question. They will ask, what kind of account do you want?
That is a good point. There are two main types of accounts, a checking account and a savings account. Can you explain the difference, Lily?
Sure, it is quite simple. A checking account is for every day. You use it to buy coffee, pay for groceries, or pay your rent.
Okay, so a checking account is for spending money. You take money out of it often. In the UK, they call this a current account, right?
Yes, that is true. But in American English, we usually say checking account. Now, what about a savings account, Jack?
Well, the name says it all. A savings account is for saving money. You put money there and you do not touch it. You keep it there for a long time.
Exactly. You might use a savings account to save money for a holiday, a new car, or maybe for an emergency.
And the good thing about a savings account is interest. The bank pays you a little bit of money for keeping your money with them. That is called interest.
I love interest. It is like free money, but usually it is a very small amount.
True. So imagine you are at the bank. You choose your account. Then the clerk will ask for identification.
Oh, yes, this is very important. You always need your ID card or your passport. They might ask, "Can I see some ID, please?"
And you can answer, "Here is my passport," or "Here is my driver's license."
After you open the account, they will give you a card, a plastic card. We call this a debit card.
Debit card. That is an important word. D-E-B-I-T, debit card. This card is connected directly to your checking account.
Right. When you use a debit card at a shop, the money comes out of your account immediately. It is real money that you have.
This is different from a credit card. With a credit card, you borrow money from the bank and you pay it back later.
Yes, credit cards can be dangerous if you spend too much, but a debit card is safer because you only spend the money you actually have.
Okay, so now we have our account and our card. What if I need cash? What if I need paper money?
Then you need to go to a machine. We call it an ATM.
ATM. That stands for Automated Teller Machine. But we almost never say the full name. We just say, I need to find an ATM.
Or sometimes people say, I need to go to the cash machine. Both represent the same thing.
When you put your card in the ATM, it asks for a secret number. Do you know what that is called?
Yes, that is your PIN, P-I-N. It stands for Personal Identification Number, but we just say PIN or PIN number.
It is usually 4 numbers. You must keep it secret. Never tell anyone your PIN number.
So, you put in your card, enter your PIN, and then you choose a transaction. A transaction is just an action you do with your money.
The most common transaction at an ATM is a withdrawal. This is a slightly difficult word to say. Withdrawal.
Let's practice that. With, draw, all. Withdrawal. It means taking money out of the bank.
Yes, the machine might ask, how much would you like to withdraw? You select $20 or $50, and the machine gives you the cash.
And the opposite of withdrawal is a deposit.
Deposit. D-E-P-O-S-I-T. Deposit means putting money into the bank.
For example, maybe your grandmother gives you $100 for your birthday. Lucky you!
I wish my grandmother would give me $100. So if I have that cash, I go to the bank. I tell the teller, I would like to make a deposit.
Exactly. You fill out a small paper called a deposit slip. You give the money to the clerk, and they put it in your account.
Wait, Lily, you used the word teller. Who is the teller?
Oh, good question. The teller is the person who works at the bank counter. They help you with your money. We can say bank clerk or bank teller.
Got it. So you talk to the teller to make a deposit. Now, what happens if I want to check how much money I have?
That is called checking your balance. Your balance is the total amount of money in your account right now.
Checking your balance. That is a very useful phrase. You can check your balance at the ATM, or you can check it on your phone.
Yes, most people use online banking now. It is very convenient. You have an app on your phone.
I love online banking. I can pay my bills while sitting on my sofa.
Me too. In the app, you can also transfer money. To transfer means to move money from one place to another.
For example, I can transfer money from my savings account to my checking account.
Or you can transfer money to a friend. If we go to dinner and you pay the bill, I can transfer my share of the money to you later.
That is very helpful. By the way, Lily, do you know what happens if you spend more money than you have?
Oh no, that is a bad situation. That is called an overdraft.
Overdraft. That sounds serious.
It is. If your balance is zero, but you spend $10, your account goes into minus 10. You are overdrawn.
And usually, the bank will charge you a fee for that. A fee is extra money you have to pay as a penalty.
I hate bank fees. Sometimes there is a monthly fee just for having the account, or an ATM fee if you use a machine from a different bank.
We should always read the rules carefully to avoid fees.
Jack, let's imagine a little situation. Let's do a role play. I am the customer, and you are the bank teller.
Okay, I am ready. I am sitting behind the glass window. Hello, madam. How can I help you today?
Hi, I would like to make a withdrawal, please.
Certainly. How much would you like to take out?
I would like to withdraw $200.
Okay. Can I have your bank card and your ID, please?
Sure, here they are. Also, can you tell me my account balance?
One moment, please. Your checking account balance is $5,000.
Wow, I am rich in this role play.
Yes, you are doing very well. Here is your $200. Is there anything else I can do for you?
Yes, I would like to exchange some currency. I am going to Europe next week.
Ah, currency exchange. That is another great topic. Currency means the type of money a country uses.
So, in the United States, the currency is the dollar. In the UK, it is the pound. In Europe, it is the euro.
So, you want to exchange dollars for euros. We can do that here. What is the exchange rate today?
The exchange rate tells you how much one currency is worth in another currency.
Okay, role play over. That was good, Lily. You used the words withdrawal, balance, and currency exchange perfectly.
Thanks, Jack. It really helps to practice these sentences out loud.
It does. Now, let's talk about something else. Loans. This is a bit more advanced, but very common.
A loan is when you borrow a large amount of money from the bank, for example, to buy a house.
When you buy a house, the loan is called a mortgage. That is a strange word. M-O-R-T-G-A-G-E. The T is silent. Mortgage.
Yes. A mortgage is a specific type of loan for a home. You pay it back over many years, 20 or 30 years usually.
And of course, you pay interest on that loan. A lot of interest.
Banks are businesses. They make money by charging interest on loans.
So, let's review the verbs we have learned today. We have
For each one to be sure everyone understands.
Okay, I will start. Open. I want to open a savings account for my new baby.
That is a sweet example. Okay, close. I want to close my account because I am moving to another country.
Good. Now, deposit. I need to deposit my paycheck into my account.
Great. Withdraw. I stopped at the ATM to withdraw some cash for the market.
And the last one, transfer. Please transfer the money to my account by Friday.
Perfect. These sentences are very natural. If you use these verbs, the bank staff will understand you easily.
Lily, is there anything else people should know about visiting a bank?
Well, think about the hours. Bank hours can be strange.
Yes. In many places, banks close early, maybe at 4 or 5 in the afternoon, and they are often closed on Sundays.
So, if you need to see a teller, you must go during business hours.
Business hours. That means the time when the bank is open. But the ATM is usually open 24 hours a day.
That is why the ATM is so popular. It is always there for you.
Also, many banks now have a drive-through. Have you used a drive-through bank?
Yes, it is very American. You stay in your car and you talk to the teller through a microphone. You send your money or papers through a tube.
It is fun. You put your card in a capsule and whoosh, it flies to the teller.
It is very convenient if it is raining or if you have children in the car.
Let's talk a little bit about safety. When you go to the bank or use an ATM, you need to be careful.
Yes, when you enter your PIN, cover the keypad with your hand. You do not want anyone to see your number.
And do not count your cash in the middle of the street. Put it away in your wallet or purse quickly.
That is very good advice. Safety first.
Lily, I have a question about checks. Do people still use checks?
A check is a paper note that tells the bank to pay someone. To be honest, people use them less and less.
That is true. Debit cards and apps are more popular, but sometimes you might need to write a check to pay rent or pay a specific bill.
Yes, if you need to write a check, you write the date, the name of the person, the amount, and you sign your name.
Your signature is very important. It proves that you agree to give the money.
By the way, if you receive a check from someone, you have to cash it or deposit it.
To cash a check means to give the paper check to the bank and get real cash immediately.
Exactly. You can say, I need to cash this check.
So, we have covered a lot of vocabulary today. My head is full of banking words now.
Let's do a quick recap of the most important nouns: account, balance, fee, interest, loan, and ATM.
If you know these words, you will survive in any bank in an English-speaking country.
I think so too. And remember, bank tellers are usually very friendly. If you do not understand something, just ask.
You can say, "Could you please explain that again?" Or, "What does this fee mean?"
Never sign a paper if you do not understand it. That is a golden rule.
Absolutely. Ask questions until you are happy. It is your money after all.
Jack, do you use cash often or do you only use your card?
Honestly, I rarely use cash these days. I use my phone to pay for almost everything.
Me too. It is called contactless payment. You just tap your phone or your card on the machine. Beep, and it is paid.
It is so fast, but I always keep $20 in my pocket, just in case the machine is broken.
That is smart. You never know when technology might fail.
So, Lily, are you going to the bank later today?
No, I think I will just check my balance on my app. I hope the number is high.
I hope so too. Maybe you have some interest waiting for you.
That would be nice. Well, I think we have given our listeners a lot of good practice today.
Yes. I hope you all feel more confident about banking in English now.
Don't be afraid to go to the bank. Take a deep breath, smile, and use the words we practiced.
And if you make a mistake, it is okay. Everyone learns by practicing.
That is the best way to learn. Thank you so much for listening to our conversation today.
Yes, thank you, everyone. It was fun talking about money with you, Lily.
It was fun for me too, Jack. Have a great day, everyone.
See you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.